Dad, burn it, I can't even. Oh, this war's really done it to me. I can't. Oh, I'm useless. I can't even open up my pocket knife. I lost my arm, and oh, I'm just worthless. I just. Oh, Dad.
Hello, sir.
Well, hello, stranger.
What are you doing?
Oh, I tell you what, I can't even open up my pocket knife.
Well, why?
I done lost my arm in the war, and I just can't even get this open.
Gee, you know what?
What?
There's a new invention.
A new invention?
From New York.
New York?
Yes.
All the way from New York?
Yeah, I got this pretty one.
Wow, I see there's a notch here.
Yes,
Is there a reason for that notch?
You can use it on your pocket.
I can use it on my pocket?
Yes.
You mean something like this?
Yes.
Just grab a hold there? Well, looky there. I'm back in business.
Hey, welcome to History Delights. I am Kevin, and I have Tom here.
Hello, everybody. What are we doing here tonight, Kevin?
Well, we're sweating right now.
It is a little bit warm.
Yeah.
We got a nice setting sun off into the west. But what we're doing here tonight is, well, do our viewers know that there's a sister channel called Knife Delights?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, let's tell them about it.
All right.
So we have a shared interest. We love knife and knife history, cutlery history, and of course we love Civil War history and just history in general.
Yes.
So a little bit of a controversy came up on the knife channel about the origins of a certain pattern of knife. And we made a video that focuses right on that knife and the history of it. But we thought we'd do a separate video that is similar, but talk a little bit more about Civil War while we're talking about the knife just a little bit. So I'll put a link to the Knife Delights video down below so you can get just a little bit.
Down below.
Down below, that's right, in the description box, so you can get more information on the knife itself. So basically the controversy started around this case knife, which I reviewed, and it's called a razor knife. And as you can see, it's got a notch here in the middle. And Case Knives, on their website, says this knife pattern came out right around World War II, maybe pre-war or during the war. And you'll see it has a funny shaped blade to it, and it was actually meant for a razor. As a matter of fact, they market it as a razor knife. But in the process of doing this, you always get comments that this notch here was due to the Civil War or after the Civil War, and the amputees, the one-armed men missing an arm or a hand, that this notch was put in there so that they could put this notch down on the seam of their pocket and open the knife, making it a one-handed knife. The problem is there's just very, very little information out there, and we've been trying to verify if that story is true or is it just a myth. Okay, Kevin, so let's just start, 10,000 foot view and work our way down the funnel here. Were there implements or tools or anything like that was made specifically for, veterans or those that had an arm or a leg or a hand amputated after the war?
Oh, Charles Deere did something in about 1863.
What did he do?
He made the Hawkeye Cultivator.
The Hawkeye Cultivator. Hey, we're Hawkeyes.
Yes.
Yeah. And didn't it debut here in Iowa?
Yeah,
like
at the State Fair.
Yeah, at the Iowa State Fair in 1863. Now, from what I understand, this cultivator wasn't designed for that, but after it got, some models of it sold, what am I trying to say? Some of the models sold and other farmers seen it. Those that were missing either an arm, leg, hand, whatever, they saw that they could use this cultivator very easily. So then John Deere started kind of including that fact in with their advertising. So it didn't start out specifically for that, but it evolved into that.
Yes.
So there's some other instruments here. Well, you know what, before we get to the knives, let's throw up a picture and let them see what some of the surgical knives look like when an amputation was done.
All right, yes.
Oh, don't those look wicked?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a couple of seconds or almost a minute, less than a minute to completely take an arm off or a leg off.
They got very proficient at it, didn't they?
Yes.
So some historians estimate up to 60,000 veterans lost a limb during the Civil War. Now, what's amazing is it's always portrayed, see, this is myth busting here. It's always portrayed in the movies that these surgeons were just barbarians. They were just butchers and they didn't care, but we know better, don't we?
Yes.
Didn't they take a lot of care and very proficient at what they did? What did you say, under a minute?
Under a minute.
They got it to where the other myth is, again, because it makes a good Hollywood movie, they show them with no anesthetic, but they used a lot of, the vast majority of the amputations were done with some anesthetic. It might not have been the best, but chloroform and what's the other? Ether?
Ether.
Yep. So, yeah, makes for a good movie, but not necessarily true, is it?
Yep. And then after the war and with all the other type of drugs that they used.
Yeah.
So you had an epidemic there too.
Well, yeah, we did have a drug epidemic because drugs weren't regulated. You could go down to your local hardware store and get whatever kind of drug, cocaine type, heroin type product you wanted. And so there was a lot of drug addicted veterans, because even though they survived and they survived the amputation, didn't get the infection and die or anything, because of the loose nerve endings, a lot of times they suffered in terrible pain for the rest of their lives. Yep. So, well, getting back to the knives, we do know specifically there was 2 models of knives that were designed for those with an amputated arm or hand, and one was called the Nork. Now, I think that pattern originated somewhere in the 1700s, but they kind of refined it after the Civil War. So it was dinnerware. So you had your knife blade, you could slide it across the plate, get your food across the plate, tip it up, and you got the little spines to stab it that way, and get the food up to your mouth. And then from that, there was another company that came out with a button released pocket knife or folding knife. And so obviously you could, like a switchblade, hit that button and it would open up on its own. So we do know that there were some knives made specifically for that. Where we get into problems with this myth is we have no provenance. And what do I mean by that? Well, you've got to have some sort of proof, some sort of citations or pictures or something that shows that the knife companies came out with a knife with a notch in the end, so that the one-armed man could open the knife on his pocket. So when we talk provenance, I'll just show this here. And this is an exact replica, and yes, it's a replica. And the sutler of Fort Scott sold these. And you can see they did enough research that they could even get the color of the packaging, the paper type that these knives were packaged in, and even the packaging label. So you see, you have some provenance. They were able to find out something about this knife and this company so that they could make an exact replica. Another piece that they have done was what was called the nesting knife and fork set. Once again, they were able to do the research, recreate the cardboard box that it came in, the actual labels on the top of the lid and on the back of the box. And then you open it up here, Kevin. You want to show them that there? You even have the label on the inside of the box. And so this is what it was. These 2 utensils nested together. So you pull it apart, you got your fork. There we go. Slightly sharpened here, so you got your fork here, and then you got your spoon and fork here.
Your knife there. Knife.
Spoon and fork and knife. Yeah, I showed them.
But you said fork.
No, it was this fork. See the problems with dealing with Kevin? I need a raise.
Yes.
Yeah, well, anyway, so again, you can get some research on this. So as I tried to research this one-armed knife, supposed, that existed after the Civil War, I just could not find out any information. However, there's some articles out there, and those articles are on a Major Powell. And Major Powell lost his arm at the Battle of Shiloh. We call it Pittsburgh Landing. The Southerners call it Shiloh. Union side calls it Pittsburgh Landing. So he lost his arm. You know, before we go any further, why was there so many limbs lost?
Because when your bullet would strike you, it would tear the bone apart, blow it all up.
Shatter it.
Right.
So just prior to the Civil War, a new round was invented we called it the mini ball because we can't speak French, but a French army officer by the name of Manet created a conical round. And the Springfield rifles that were modified, actual rifling put in, the old muskets, made that conical round, and the rifling, that thing could spin around, and it was extremely accurate. That was a big step from the old musket and the round ball. So a round ball would hit you and it might break your bone. It can kill you, obviously, but if it hit a bone, a lot of times it might just break it, and you can fix a broken bone. But with that Manet ball, with all the inertia behind it and the accuracy of it, it caused the bones to shatter, and once it's shattered, you have no choice but to amputate. Now, we got off topic, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
That's all. Talking history, that's what happens. Anyway, let's get back to Major Powell. So I was able to find a knife online on an online auction site of a knife made by J. Russell and Green River Company. And it did have a notch in the end. It was a Barlow style knife. And you can see that a little notch had been ground into it. Now, Russell and Green River didn't start making pocket knives, as far as I can tell, until around 1985. So if this is true, there must have been some other companies out there. And I'll point out, as you look at that, that is a regular knife blade. It's not a razor type blade. So I don't think, connecting case back to that one-armed Barlow, I don't think that quite works. So anyway, tell us a little bit about Major John Wesley Powell.
Well, he's from the 2nd Illinois Light Artillery. In 1862, like we've previously said, that he was hit by a bullet in his right forearm during the Battle of Shiloh. His arm was amputated below the elbow. And then in 1869, he led an expedition down the Colorado River. 99 days later, after a very daring journey, he emerged from the Grand Canyon.
His early surveys in the West helped establish the United States Geological Survey in 1879, and he was a director, one of the early directors of the USGS. Okay, Kevin, I think we've droned on enough, and we kind of got off topic here a little bit, but we'll encourage everybody to go over to Knife Delights to learn more about that knife controversy. I think we both decided we're about 75% that's true, that they did make those knives. So, do you have any closing thoughts here, Kevin?
No, not off the bat.
Not off the bat? Well, I tell you what, it's sure been a lot of fun, and we love doing these history videos, and we're trying to get more and more of them out, aren't we?
Yes.
Folks, I got to tell you, Kevin has done such a superb job of taking care of the technical aspects, doing a lot of the research. He's on the road traveling a whole lot, gathering up information for History Delights. I thought it was time that I paid him. So, Kevin, for all your hard work, here's 500 smackaroos.
All right.
Don't spend it all in one place.
It's kind of hard.
Kind of hard?
Yes.
What else?
And it's old. Hey, it's Confederate money. Whoa!
Just some money I had laying around.
Oh, you're so thoughtful.
Absolutely.
Well, you have a great day.
Very delightful day.
A very great, delightful day.
A very great, very, very great, delightful day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.